The race for Ramnath Kovind's deputy would end today as the members of parliament will cast their votes. NDA candidate Venkaiah Naidu is pitted against opposition's Gopalkrishna Gandhi, while the NDA rides high on the president win and is expecting around 500 votes in its kitty. The UPA hopes for a redemption. Venkaiah Naidu will leave for parliament at 9:50 a.m. when the voting is going to begin at 10 a.m. Prime Minister Modi will cast his first vote, followed by Venkaiah Naidu.
In fact, overall this time around there are about 787 votes. Remember that total ballot is about 790 votes, but 3 seats are remaining vacant in both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha combined together. So 787 seats are what the government and the opposition will be eyeing at. Now we're given to understand from our sources in Afrida that for Venkaiah Naidu itself, the BJP is expecting somewhere around 515 plus votes. He is way above the halfway mark, even though Gopalkrishna Gandhi is expected to have somewhere around 200 plus votes. This time what will be different as compared to the presidential polls is that the JDU and the BJD, who had supported Mr. Ramnath Kovind during the presidential elections, will not be voting for Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. They have already made it very clear that this time around they will be voting for the opposition candidate, Mr. Gopalkrishna Gandhi. But nonetheless, the numbers really do not reduce for Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. He has a comfortable win as far as today's elections are concerned.
Anisha is with Mr. Gopalkrishna Gandhi. Let's try and see if she could get a word with him. Yes, Anisha.
We have with us Mr. Gopalkrishna Gandhi, who's the opposition's candidate for the vice president elections. Today, sir, the election starts at 10 a.m. You've raised several issues regarding what is ailing this country. What do you expect from the election today, and what do you think are the major issues for the elections?
The issues before the country are varied. There are many. I would say the most important issue before the country is social cohesion, is the cohesion between communities. There is a growing intolerance amongst people, and it is not their own intolerance, because our people are a very tolerant people. Our people do not want any friction. They want to live in peace and harmony. But there are others who, for entirely selfish reasons, sow mistrust and sow suspicion, where there is no mistrust and there is no suspicion, and there is therefore a certain crisis, a crisis of what may be called mutual trust, of vishwas, of bharosa, and that is dangerous for our country. I think the first issue in our country is bharosa between communities. Secondly, bharosa between the people and the political class. The political class has suffered an erosion in public confidence. This is very unfortunate, because the political class is very important. The political class has given us great legislations. Most recently, the Right to Information Act. It has come through the political class, and that is a trust which is very valuable. That has to be restored. And finally, I would say, not to go beyond 3 points, there is a huge, serious agrarian crisis in our country. An agrarian crisis which is affecting not just farmers, but the livelihoods of rural India. And that needs to be addressed. Now, you may ask, what does this have to do with the vice presidential election? It has everything to do with the government. It has everything to do with elected legislators. But the president and the vice president are the Gangotri and Jamnotri of our constitution. And our constitution is committed to preserving justice, freedom and equality.
So you're talking about bharosa between people and political parties. As the numbers currently stand, the numbers are currently stacked in favor of the NDA's candidate. However, there have been certain parties whose stands are not yet clear about whether they're going to be supporting your candidature or the other candidate's candidature. How do you see these developments in India's politics in the last few days?
The decision by political parties on the presidential election and the vice presidential election is their prerogative. It is their decision. But MPs vote as MPs, and they vote according to their own judgment. Of course, they will be guided and influenced by their party leaders, but it is the decision of the MP finally that counts.
And with regard to the JDU's decision to go, I mean, we're not clear. They have said that they may vote for you. However, they had supported President Kovind in the presidential elections.
They had very clearly said that they will vote for Shri Kovind, who is now our Rashtrapati. And they have very clearly said that they will vote for me in this election. It is their decision. It is their prerogative.